Welcome back, book buddies! Today we're going to read an Octonauts book, Above and Beyond, the Elephant Rescue. And there's Captain Barnacle. Let's go! Octonauts Above and Beyond, the Elephant Rescue. A storm was raging and the Octonauts were being thrown around the Octopod. "Hold tight, everyone!" shouted Captain Barnacles. Dashi checked the storm tracker, but there was no sign of it stopping. "Captain, there's a humongous wave heading straight for us," called Dashi. "Octonauts, brace for impact," cried Captain Barnacles. "Is everyone all right?" asked Captain Barnacles. The Octopod had been washed up on the Shellington coast, with desert as far as the eye could see. "Cap, come quick!" called Twig. The Octopod had been damaged and the drinking water was leaking out. Captain Barnacles and the Octonauts gathered buckets and barrels to save the precious water. "Ah, all that water in the ocean and we can't drink it," sighed Kwazii. "Ocean water is too salty to drink. It would make us sick," said Shellington. "Great work, Octonauts. Now that we've set up a water station, let's get to work on the Octopod," said Captain Barnacles. Twig had an idea. She could turn the Octopod's arms into legs, and they could walk it back to the ocean. "Octonauts, let's do this," cried Captain Barnacles. While the Octonauts had been busy saving the water, they hadn't noticed someone taking a barrel on the Gup helicopter. I wonder which one of these is the start button," said the stranger. The Octonauts heard the sound of the helicopter starting. "What's that?" asked Peso. "It's the Gup and someone's at the controls," replied Captain Barnacles. Kwazii ran to the helicopter and jumped inside. It was lifting off from the ground. "Stop, you scurvy thief," said Kwazii. "I'm not stealing your helicopter. I'm just borrowing it. My name's Paani, and you're taking our water," shouted Kwazii. Suddenly, the Gup dipped and flew out of control. "Do you know how to fly this thing?" asked Kwazii. "Not really. Do you?" Paani replied. "Not really, but that's never stopped me before," said Kwazii. Kwazii tried to control the helicopter, but it was too late. The Gup crashed to the ground. Peso and Captain Barnacles rushed to the helicopter to check on Kwazii. "Are you hurt?" asked Peso. "We're fine, matey," said Kwazii. "And this is Paani, the scallywag who tried to steal our water." "All right, Paani, just tell us what's going on," said Captain Barnacles. Paani explained that he needed water for the thirsty animals who were travelling to the waterhole. "Doesn't a waterhole already have water in it?" asked Kwazii. Paani told the Octonauts that the waterhole needed a rain to fill it, and it hadn't rained in a very long time. Animals in the desert travel a long way to get water, and if the waterhole was dry, they might not be able to find water anywhere else. "No animal can survive very long without it," said Paani. "We're happy to share our water," said Peso, "and we'll help you deliver it," offered Captain Barnacles. The Gup was Twig's toughest Gup, so the team put all their water on board and headed into the desert. Paani told the Octonauts that the water would help, but what they really needed was rain. "Let's check the storm tracker," said Dashi. "Nope, nothing," sighed Paani. The Octonauts arrived at the waterhole and offered a drink to 3 thirsty sand grouse. Suddenly they heard a rumble. It was a herd of elephants. "Mabel," said Paani, "it's so good to see you again. These are my new friends, the Octonauts." The elephants were very thirsty, and Mabel started to sniff the ground around the waterhole. "What's she doing?" asked Kwazii. "Elephants from the desert can smell water that's hidden underground and dig for it with their trunks," explained Paani. "But Mabel can't smell any water. The ground was completely dry." The Octonauts showed their water to the elephants. But I'm afraid there's only enough for everyone to have one drink, said Paani. That's better than nothing, Mabel replied. The elephants lined up to drink, but soon the water was all gone, and they were still thirsty. The herd was very tired, and Mabel said she felt dizzy. Being so thirsty for too long can make you feel sick and dizzy. You need to rest. We'll find you some water, said Peso. I know how to sniff and dig. I'll find water for everyone, and I'll do it all by myself, thought a little elephant as he walked into the desert. Oh no, he's walking away. Come back, little elephant. Captain, Paani, called Dashi. There are rain clouds on the storm tracker, and they don't seem to be going away. But the rain looked far away, and the elephants were too tired to walk. If the water won't come to the animals, then we'll have to bring the animals to the water, said Captain Barnacles. Just then Twig arrived in the Octopod. She had fitted new legs so that it could walk in the sand. The elephants walked up the ramp into the Octopod. Wait, cried Mabel. I'm missing my little one. Captain Barnacle noticed some tracks going into the desert, and Mabel realised he had wandered away. Mabel was feeling dizzy, so went into the Octopod. Don't worry, I'll find your little one, said Peso. The Octonauts, Paani and the elephants stopped the Octopod when they arrived under the dark rain clouds. It should rain any moment now, said Paani. But where are Peso and my little one, said Mabel. Captain, look, shouted Kwazii, spotting Peso and the little elephant in the distance. My little one, cried Mabel. Thank you, Peso. A raindrop landed on the little elephant's head. It's finally officially raining, cheered Paani. Hooray! Well, Paani, said Captain Barnacles, it looks like there's a new watering hole in the desert. These animals would never have made it without your help. I couldn't have done it alone, said Paani. And we never have done it without you, Paani, Captain Barnacles smiled. The elephants had water, Paani had made new friends, and the Octonauts were looking forward to the next adventure. The end. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Do come back so we can read more books together. Please like and subscribe. Bye.